What up, everybody? It's Caleb.
And I'm Micah. And we'd like to welcome you to
This Life Together.
That's Twogether. And I can spell this week.
You never said 2W. What did you say?
They knew what I meant.
All right, episode 6. We almost made it to 7.
Oh my God. All right, so this episode we're going to be talking about our love for travel, our honeymoon, our whole honeymoon fiasco, and hopefully some places we're going to be going soon. But bear with us, because this whole honeymoon thing is like legit, it's a nightmare. It was a nightmare. We got it worked out, luckily, but yeah, that was a whole hot mess.
We'll get to that, though.
Baby, where are some of the places that you've been so far?
So we're going to do not us together? I want to do us together. Even though that list is not long.
We can start off with that list.
So the first trip we had was to Philly, right?
Yes.
First trip we had was to Philly. We went to the Made in America tour, or a festival. Dang, that was 2 years ago.
Almost
2 years ago. That was fun, though. It was kind of on a whim decision.
It wasn't on a whim. It was on a whim for you to come with me.
Wait, that wasn't our trip?
No, it's technically my trip, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to Made in America, and you was like, cool, I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm about to let you go there by yourself.
I mean, eventually I wouldn't have gone by myself, but I feel like everybody was so intimidated, like,
Who?
She dating a new guy.
Oh,
they going
gosh.
on a trip. Oh, dang, maybe I shouldn't go. And then it just ended up being both of us. But originally, if you remember, that was not supposed to just be like a me and you trip.
But one day, apparently, you telling I wasn't even supposed to go.
So, fun fact. Caleb, I love you so much. When we first started dating, like, I was going, like, a lot of places. And Caleb was just like, cool, I'm coming. And I'm like, cool, this is great. He wants to come with me. That was refreshing. I wasn't going to just tell you to not come, but technically I wasn't inviting you these places. Like, we actually had a whole conversation about my New Orleans trip to my birthday. Because, yeah, you was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to come with you. I'm like, no, I'm going with, like, my girls. Because that trip was booked before we even knew each other. So, yeah, that was...
I'm over here with the still face.
I'm sorry.
Because... I think we've discussed this numerous times of how I can't let you go places by yourself. Okay. But we gonna get to that later on tonight.
I'm literally sipping tea right now.
Y'all gonna understand why I can't let Micah go nowhere by herself. If y'all haven't already understood that by the last Texas Roadhouse fiasco that we had with Crunchberry Snap or whatever her rap name was.
I'm not gonna shout her out because I don't want nobody to get abducted on my watch. So.
Okay. So yeah, we went to Philly, went to the Made in America festival. That was dope. I think
a crazy lineup too.
The next trip I think we went on was to DC.
Yes.
That was cool. Where did we go? We went to a lot of different places.
Did we go to Boyne Mountain before we went to Philly? Actually.
No.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we did.
That was right before.
So technically, our first trip, which is crazy, was a family trip. It was Caleb's
Met my whole family.
Trip.
That's how I kneh she was
all
down.
All at one time.
I knew she was down from
and stayed with them for a weekend. And that was when I was like, I love these people. Like, they're just like my family.
Look, that's when I was like, I didn't even think about it till she got there. My brother was like, dang, man, you brought around the whole family? I looked around. First off, we was at my grandma's house. If we doing anything at my grandma's house, everybody is there. I looked up, I was like, oh, snap. And she was just on the front porch with my little cousin, baby, on her lap. I was like, all right, she's straight. I was in the house. I don't even think. I was just like, you straight? Yeah, I'm good. And I ain't say nothing else.
To make it, like, clear how comfortable we were in this situation. Imagine, this was what, like, 4 or 5 months after we had started dating?
It was.
I don't think it was that. Let me see.
I don't think it was that late.
3 months.
Yeah, I would say it was early because a lot of people still didn't know.
3 months. So up until last month, I had never even been in his grandmother's house. Because I was just outside chilling with his family on the porch before we left. He was like, you never been in here? I'm like, no. He was like, "Where were you on the day of the family trip?" Outside kicking it with the baby.
I had nothing to say.
Love babies.
Yeah, so we went to Boyne Mountain. That was dope. We went on the family trip. That was a very necessary trip. When
that was like the vetting out trip.
Not really.
Yes, it was, because it was a couple of people on that trip that ain't make it. We don't know where they at in 2019.
Oh yeah, damn. I thought you
I ain't gonna say no names.
I thought you were talking about for you. But yeah, that was dope. We went what else did we do? We went ziplining, and that was hilarious.
No, the funniest part was when we went paddle boating, and Layla,
oh my god,
and Rachel and Maya were freaking stuck in the water.
So
they really didn't need saving.
They did, because
really
I think they was tired by the time. So we were basically right off of a river, or we were like set on another side of the river, and my cousins decided they want to go out by themselves. At the time, one of my younger cousins didn't ask permission from her mom, so she really kind of snuck on a canoe. It was just, I would honestly say she was at least a mile away, at least like a mile away, into like almost on the other side of the river.
Layla was begging for trouble that day. She was dirty. Her clothes were soaking wet. She was covered in sand. Mind you, she had on regular clothes.
Man, they wound up getting stuck. Like I don't know if they got tired or what. And my cousin, my oldest cousin, went to go get them. He just went in the full David Hasselhoff mode and just went.
Save him, Willie, save him.
And when he came back, everybody was like, I don't know why. I don't know. We were just some buttholes that day. Everybody was like, yeah, he saved him. And which was like, boo.
Caleb, of course, yells out, boo this man.
And then everybody boo.
Escalated from there.
But yeah, so we went to Boy Mountain first. We went to Philly second. Then we went to D.C. If you all haven't been to the African American Museum, I definitely suggest you guys go to that. That was cool. But you probably going to need at least a whole day from the beginning of since when it opens till when it closes, or you're going to have to go in 2 days because it's just so much material. And you kind of want to see everything, but towards the end, we was tired. And I think we kind of just ran
Not even so much that it was tired. We actually rented a car when we were in D.C., so the parking situation was what messed us up. And for all of the newer Smithsonian museums or the museums that open up in that area, they always have a period where you have to buy advance tickets. Whenever the museum is fairly new, it's so popular that you have to get your tickets in advance, which we knew because we had planned this trip fairly, maybe 2 months before we actually got there.
Yeah.
So tickets go on sale the first Wednesday of every month at 6 a.m. Caleb and I were on vacation. We wasn't really trying to wake up at 6 a.m. to buy the tickets. So yeah, at 9 a.m. when we actually woke up, the tickets were fully sold out.
We finessed some tickets though.
But at the time they were doing a situation where you could get there the day of that you wanted to see it if it was the first Wednesday of the month, which coincidentally for us,
Thank God.
Was that a Wednesday? Yes, because that was the last day. Yeah, that was the last day that we were there. And we came back home, I believe, on Thursday. Yes, that sounds right. So we got there at 1 p.m. and they were actually handing out same day tickets. The problem is in DC, I think at 4 p.m., traffic switches from parking on the street to actual lane traffic because it's rush hour. So we only had from 1 to 4 to see the entire museum. Impossible. So by the time we got towards the end, we started at the bottom, which is the slavery portion, and we tried to work our way up to current day. By the time we got to the second floor, we were just rushing through because we knew our time was about to be up, but at the same time, we really wanted to see everything and still get a chance to go to the gift store. So that was the most hectic part about that, but it was a great trip.
Yeah, I think we probably should have took the train. That probably would have helped.
We could have. Traffic was a little bit weird in DC, but I feel like our Airbnb was in such a great spot. We didn't really have to.
Yeah, I think walking would have. It was almost within walking distance, but that's why I'm if we probably would have took the metro, we probably would have.
Nah, it was kind of cold and rainy. I don't think we could have walked. We probably could have took the metro though.
Yeah. So DC, and then I think. Dang, that was our last trip?
No, Texas.
I'm talking about Fort Worth. That was our last trip?
I believe so.
How long ago was that?
That was almost a year ago. That was last year on our anniversary.
This honeymoon need to hurry up.
We didn't go on, so we were supposed to go to Italy last September for Caleb's 27th birthday.
Oh, dang, I forgot.
Yes. 27 on 27 because his birthday is on the 27th of September. But he finessed me. He was like, babe, we should take the money that we've been saving up to go to Italy and just save it for our house. Little did I know he was really saving up because he had bought an engagement ring.
Sorry.
So it's cool.
I had to get you.
It's cool.
I was finessing you because I'm like, what?
Really was finessing me.
It's a
win-win. Me the whole year.
It's a win-win though because you still save money.
This is true.
You save money and you was happy.
This is true. I had those nice bands sitting in the bank. It's very, very true.
I was like, well, she gonna just be mad that we ain't going, but she gonna be happy that she got money.
I wasn't mad, but we did have a nice little chunk of change put away, so that was cool. But
what did we do?
Yeah, that was our last trip. We went to Fort Worth to visit our friends. My matron of honor and her husband live down there. Shout out to Desi and
What up, y'all?
Love y'all. But yeah, we actually went down there to visit those guys. They were awesome hosts.
Man, that was
us.
That made me want to step my game up. We got people visiting us, especially from out of town.
Yeah, they did such a great job of welcoming us and just making us feel at home. She baked us snacks and made pot roast and took us around. We got to see the cattle roam.
She got us a sign, or not a sign. She got us a picture.
Yes, she got us a picture and like put it on the side of the bed. Like, happy anniversary, like framed a picture of us and put it in our guest room where we were staying.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Fort Worth was
hot.
It was hot, but it was fun because I think it wasn't necessarily like the hustle and bustle of like a really, really big city, but we still kind of got that big city feel. And I think that was the first time I think I golfed. When we did Top Golf.
Oh, yeah, we did Top Golf, which was awesome. And I was better than Caleb.
I don't recall.
I bet you don't.
But we did Top Golf, and I think we went to dinner or something.
Yeah, we went to Capitol Grill. What's that?
Yeah.
What it was called?
Yeah.
It was actually really, really good.
Thanks a lot.
We got our Uber driver basically
told us her whole life. It's Micah.
I wasn't talking to her. I was pretending to be asleep that time,
actually.
You.
Yeah, you got real quiet, and I feel like we both did.
I was like so over the car ride. It was taking so long, I couldn't even pretend to be interested.
We wound up getting derailed because it was a whole lot of construction, and she was lost, but she didn't really care because it wasn't like she was a taxi. She was getting paid by. At least I don't think that's how Uber worked.
Nope.
Oh, so
she
yeah.
was just talking to us.
She was just talking to
telling us about how somebody basically stole her Monster drink that she had for herself. And
why do you remember that? That was so long ago.
I'm a good listener.
I guess I'm not. When I don't want to listen, I'm not listening. I don't remember that at all.
It's funny that you don't remember because you were the one talking to her. I was just sitting there quietly.
I don't know what I was saying. I'm surprised it was engaging enough for her to keep talking.
But yeah, that was the last trip that we took. Wow. So we booked our honeymoon trip initially. And stay with me, y'all, because this story is crazy. We booked our honeymoon trip. Dear God, why did we do this? Through Expedia for us to go to Marrakesh. For those of you that don't know, Marrakesh is in Africa, close to Spain. So, like, we had planned this out. We booked in August. Mind you, our wedding is May of this year. So, we gave ourselves plenty of time. We had the money. We paid for it in cash. Bought traveler's insurance, thank God. But we paid for our hotel night stay and we paid for our flight all in one whop. So when we got that done, like we felt so relieved to have had that done. Haven't thought second thoughts about it at all. Super hype about this trip. You know, we're going to Africa. And then by it being so close to Spain, we're like, oh, cool, we can make a day trip out of that. We had planned out our whole itinerary. We have a spreadsheet of things to do in Marrakesh.
I didn't even think about that.
Yes, like we were super duper excited about this trip. We had literally been planning the trip to Marrakesh before we were even engaged. And we were saving that trip because we were so excited about it for our honeymoon. Just to show y'all how thirsty we were about going to Marrakesh.
And to put the icing on the cake, and I didn't realize it until, I don't want to spoil it, but I didn't realize how early we had paid in full for this trip. Now, granted,
until it went south.
Were engaged in July. I think we paid for the honeymoon in full. I feel like it was September.
No, we paid for it August 11th.
That don't even make no sense. Like, we
didn't even wait a month. We booked it as soon as we could because
the flights and stuff. Yeah, so that was
yeah. So, long story short, because we booked through Expedia,
Trash.
I'm going to try to make this story as
Trash.
short as possible. Anyway, because we booked through Expedia, which I've actually done a couple of times with international trips. Like, I've used Expedia to go locally. Typically, whenever I go somewhere, I book my trips through Expedia. So, when we went to the trip in DC, booked through Expedia. When we went to Made in America, booked through Expedia. And I always bundle it hotel flight together. New Orleans for my birthday, Expedia, Paris, London, both Expedia, Vegas, Expedia. Y'all get the point. Not my first go around with them. Never had a bad experience with them. The issue came in because we booked this trip through apparently Air France was the airline, and Air France sent us, I want to say like 2 or 3 notifications letting me know that the flight times had been updated, but they had literally only been updated a minute, like literally 60 seconds the first couple of times. However, on January 31st, I received an email saying that our honeymoon had been shortened due to the airline's changes by a full 24 hours. Obviously, that presents a problem because we had already paid for the whole hotel stay for the entire duration of our honeymoon. So we were originally supposed to be getting back, I want to say, on June 1st. And then, for those of you that don't know, because Africa is so far, just like even Europe, like because it's kind of far, typically your flight is going to arrive the next day after you leave. So, because of the time difference and all of that good stuff. So, we were leaving on the, I don't even remember what day we were leaving now. I want to say
like
the
27th. Or no, not the 27th.
No. Like the 24th or the 23rd.
I think it was the 24th.
Somewhere around in there. And then we were going to arrive on the 25th and we were going to stay until the 1st. So whatever it worked out to be, we were going to be there, like physically be there 5 days. So we were trying to figure out how to make it work because in the email that they sent you, they only give you the option to either accept the changes and hit the button in the email or click that you don't accept. And then you have to basically wait for Expedia to call you because none of them have their own personal numbers, which is a bunch of garbage. And I'm just getting irritated all over again.
We got to hurry this story up, Dan, because I don't want you mad.
So I finally received a call the next business day from a dude named Caleb, coincidentally enough. And there's a language barrier, just like everybody that you talk to at Expedia, language barrier.
I think they all were like Hindu. And I think...
I'm not gonna say that, but they weren't English wasn't their first language. I'll put it to you like that.
Their second language.
Caleb's just real angry and So talked to Caleb. We on the phone for about a good 20 minutes. I realized that this Caleb cannot do math because he tried to tell me that my flight from Michigan to Marrakesh was 8 hours. And I was like, oh, that don't sound bad at all. Our original flight was 13 hours. So at this point, I'm like, okay, maybe we can make this work. Then I was like, you sure that's right? He goes, oh, wait, let me calculate the numbers again. Puts me on hold, comes back to the phone and says, oh, wait, it's 21 hours. I said, I would like to speak to your supervisor or someone else who can actually add because I'm at work right now. And we've been on the phone for half an hour and we haven't really gotten anywhere. So then he puts me on hold for another 10 minutes, and then he comes back to the phone and tells me that his supervisor can give me a call back after I get off work. I say, awesome, thank you, Caleb. Blah, 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 get off the phone. 20 minutes later, I receive another phone call from an individual. I ask, are you Caleb's supervisor? And they go, oh, no, I'm not. I said, okay, well, I asked for Caleb's supervisor to call me when I get off work. So can you arrange that? They say, sure. I never hear from them again.
Yeah. So to expedite the story, we had been playing phone tag with them. I think it was over a month.
No, we played phone tag with them for a week. After it had been a week, we ended up calling. The whole situation took a month.
Yeah.
The first week we played phone tag with them and spent 4 hours, I kid you not, from 7 to 11:30 p.m. on the phone with them. A manager left us on hold for over an hour and never came back to the phone, never said what he was doing, nothing. There's no hold music. Me and Caleb were just on the phone, like silently waiting. At this point, it's literally 10 o'clock at night. So we have to hang up for the third time to call back and again, because they don't have their own number, talk to somebody completely new, and then repeat this whole situation. So after finally getting it rectified, it was like they had canceled our vacation before we even had the option to ask them to cancel our vacation. And then the flight that they originally emailed us about was no longer available because they took so long for us to even get on the phone with them. And then it just was a whole hot mess.
But the thing that tripped me out about the whole thing was the fact that they had quote unquote canceled our flights, but they didn't say anything about a refund.
No, they hadn't canceled our flights. They they put in a request to cancel our hotel. But we were confused because we never asked them to cancel the hotel. So we were trying to figure out, they were like, oh yeah, we canceled your hotel on February the 5th. At this point, it was February the 6th, and we hadn't talked to them since the 1st. So we were genuinely confused as to who told them to cancel that. And then apparently that was like the longest part of the refund process, them giving us the money back for the hotel, which was, by the way, not that expensive in comparison to our flights.
Yeah. Their main thing was, oh, well, we can't refund because they were saying that they couldn't get a hold of the hotel or something like that. And they're like, oh, well, basically trying to make excuses saying like, oh, their hours are hour difference and stuff like that. I'm like,
I just thought about something. We need to call them again because they about to reimburse me for this travel insurance because that was the other thing that we were waiting on. But continue. Go ahead, baby.
So, long story short, we wound up, I just got fed up. And I think it got to the point where Micah she was just over it. And I think it was putting a damper on like all the rest of our wedding planning. And I'm like, that's supposed to be one of the most fun parts about it. Because I mean, obviously, we're learning slowly that the wedding is clearly not entirely for us. So
I knew that when I was told I couldn't play A Whole New World at the reception.
That was by me, but but the honeymoon was specifically for us to be, just away as our first time being away as husband and wife. So for that to be putting such a damper on everything, it was just like, all right, I got to figure something out. Cause we had gone a couple of days without even trying to communicate with them. Cause we were just fed up.
It was just a lot.
So,
we weren't getting anywhere.
I was at, my previous, job, and I think I think they heard me on the phone. And they heard how mad I was, and I'm just like, all right, I gotta figure something out.
Don't get angry easily.
So they came around my desk like, what's going on? And I told them what was going on. They got equally mad, and then they were just like, I think one of my old coworkers she just went into hyper mode, like she went into mama bear mode and was like, I'm about to get all these emails, I'm about to get all these numbers, and I'm gonna give them to you, and I just need you to, I'm gonna do the hard work and find their stuff, but you need to be the one to contact them. So she found like a slew of like people in leadership, their information. So I didn't know if it was all right. So I'm like, well, I mean, what I got to lose? At this point, we had been on the phone with all types of quote unquote supervisors and managers that seemed equally incompetent as the people that didn't even know how to speak English. So I emailed the CEO of Expedia, along with like everybody that's like probably like 2 or 3 people underneath them. I emailed him and just told him off, basically. Told him the exact dates.
Wrote a Word document.
And then I sent it to him. Because I wasn't about to send it in no email. I'm time stamping this. When I tell you I have never received an automatic message this quick, when I sent him the email, maybe like less than 10 minutes later, I received an email from him. And it seemed automated until I seen that he had also put the dates.
His assistant.
He put all of the stuff in there. So his assistant responded immediately and bumped our thing up to a customer service tier 3. At this point, we had talked to over 10 individuals, all different, because you could never get the same person, to the point where people were on the phone. We would be on hold for maybe 2 to 3 minutes when we first got on the phone because they had so many notes to look over from previous phone calls. And then people were like, oh, this is crazy. I've never seen anybody have to call this many times. And I'm like, well, you think that making me feel any better? But anyways, so wound up getting in touch with somebody. They wound up calling, or I wound up calling one of the two. And this person was American. So I was like, oh, you speak English. So we sitting up here going, we was going back and forth. And I'm like, look, man, I just need my money back. At this point, I was just over Expedia. I emphasized that every time I talk to them, like, I don't want to hear nothing from y'all. Don't try to rectify the situation if you're not talking about a refund. And I want all my money back. Because at this point, we were trying to figure out, I think that's really what made it even worse. We were trying to figure out ways to plan our next honeymoon plans because it's like, well, we don't have nowhere to go. We're not about to just not go anywhere. So we don't want to spend any additional money until we get our money back. And that was almost, what, $3,000?
Yeah.
So it's like, no, I'm not about to just let that money just float in the air and then we just forget. Like, no, I'm not letting that fly. In the words of old dog, I ain't going out like that. Okay. Is you down?
Yes.
All right, thanks. but we wound up getting our flight money. We wound up getting our money in chunks. We got the flight money
back first, and then we eventually had to have another conversation with them. And I think this was the day that you spoke to the American dude, where they basically did a toss up. Like, okay, so we could give y'all a refund back for the hotel money or for the travel insurance. We like, bro, whichever one is the most. Like, what kind of questions are you asking us? So long story short, Expedia is trash. I left them a very, very long review, and I hope they burn in hell.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Lord knows. But so over them. So then we had to scramble, book a new honeymoon vacation. So now we're going to Cancun. We're so excited. We're super excited. This trip is going to be amazing. If it can only get here, and Lord knows I need a tan. Yeah, I'm looking a little light skin around the ankles.
But you light skinned in real life.
You know what I mean.
Okay. Just going back to your natural state, I don't know what's wrong with that.
So yeah, that whole situation is behind us, thank God. But like traveling for Caleb and I, it's kind of like a prerequisite. Like, I don't think we would work if Caleb didn't like to travel. Because I love to travel. Dang. It's true.
Good thing I like to go places.
It is a good thing that you like to go places. Don't nobody want to be stuck at home all the time.
That's very true.
Like, I need to see the world. The Lord put it here for us to see and explore. And there's so much left. So we both actually had the blessing to go a couple of different places already. Where is the craziest experience you've had while traveling somewhere? Where did you go? What was like the craziest thing that happened?
I got 2 different places.
Okay.
The first one is hilarious because this is when I knew that Micah was stuck.
Oh God!
When we went to Made in America. Now, granted, I don't know about Mike. I feel like this was both of our first times ever going to a music festival.
Absolutely.
And we hear music festival. Actually, no, that's a lie. I went to a music festival that really wasn't a music festival. I went to
Coloring Day?
Magnificent Coloring Day in Chicago. That was probably one of the greatest experiences I ever had. But it was all inside of the White Sox stadium. So it was confined, and we're all seated in the stadium. So it's not like everybody's on just on grass or whatever. When I tell you I've never seen a sea of people like this, now just to put it in perspective, no exaggeration. If you ever been to Cedar Point, at least on a good day, Cedar Point is crowded. But you got rides, you got games, you got all types of stuff in between y'all. Just imagine the same amount of people with way less like obstructions. Like you just got people, seas of people.
Occasional stages.
Oh my gosh! Like
it's also pouring down raining, like the hardest rain that you could imagine.
Sideways rain
all day long. It literally rained the entire first day. And so by the time we left on the third day, the park had no grass left. It was all dirt,
man. I felt so bad for Philly. They was actually trying to get them to take that out of Philly just because of the complaints. But to get to the juiciness of the story, I feel like this might have been day 1.
It was for sure day 1.
The night.
If you're talking about what I think you're talking about, it was day 1.
It was day 1. And I feel like, I don't even know who we was watching. I feel like it was Migos. It was Migos.
For sure Migos.
And they was lit. So we was trying to go up, and we had found some black people. And look, just to put y'all in, another thing to put it into perspective,
First of all, on top of the fact that we found black people, we were with D. Ray McKesson.
Oh yeah, what up though? We gotta send them this.
We were with D-Ray.
I had spotted him. I'm like, I think that's DeRay McKesson.
And then we just randomly.
And he was just with us the whole time. We was chilling
until he found his Beyonce friends and left us. But we still love him though. It's cool.
Yeah, he bought Micah a poncho. He was there when somebody mispronounced my name for the billionth time and called me celebrity. My name is Caleb. They called me celebrity.
They literally was like celebrity.
I'm like, all right,
good
bro.
Good food trucks. That
oh, damn. I saw Jinx from Complex. It was lit. But, yeah, Migos was on. They was turning up. We was in a little pocket. And we looked over and I'm like, oh, there's black people. And before we even did that, this dude that, I kid you not, he looked like my man from the Scooby-Doo movie that played Shaggy. This dude fell back. Like straight back, dead weight.
He didn't fall straight back, dead weight. The problem was, because it's a music festival, maybe, it was just a bunch of kids. I don't even want to say they were drunk. They were high. Like, he had to be high. And I don't mean, like, off weed. Like, he was off some serious drugs.
Yeah.
To the point where he was bobbing and weaving, but there was no reason for him to be bobbing and weaving.
But right in front of Micah.
He was also fairly tall. I'm a fairly small individual. I'm only 5'3".
Yeah, he was bigger than me, I think.
Yeah, he was about a good 6'2", 6'3". So, dude is bobbing and weaving. And Caleb kept telling his friends, like, get your mans, because if you fall on her...
I'm going to kill him.
Yeah.
And we going to be in jail tonight.
So, Caleb, you could go ahead and tell the rest of the story.
So, I feel like we had, at least me, I was behind Micah. I thought that he stepped on Micah's leg. Stepped on Micah's foot.
He stepped on my whole leg.
This dude stepped on her, like, from her the top of her calf down.
Footprint on my pants leg close to my knee. That's how hard he stepped on my leg.
So at this point, I'm like, oh, I gotta kill him. And I like the Migos. They gonna mess up his set. Before I could do anything, I just seen Micah cock back with this right hand. I felt like she was pushing him off of her with her left hand. So she had her, mind you, this dude is completely oblivious. I don't know where he was at. He was on Mars. She had her left hand in the middle of his back. And I feel like she used that as a scope. Because she punched this dude dead smack in the middle of his back. Now so when she punched him, my first instinct was, get to hit him. But then I realized that he didn't even. Now this one no get off of me like a little baby punch. Now she socked this dude. It sounded like So she socked this dude. At first I'm like, oh man, we about to go off on this dude. And we had other black people around, so I knew they was gonna jump in. That would have been. I would have did quote unquote mosh pit. I would have socked the mess out of my mans, and we would have kept moving to Migos. But then I was like, dang, my mans didn't even feel it.
He turned around in slow motion and looked at me, but the way that he turned around, his whole body just jerked, and he looked at me like he was so disappointed. He threw his head at me like this, and then he just looked back and like completely went back to bobbing and weaving.
I feel like one of his friends wound up actually.
He moved him. He apologized.
Oh my God! So same trip. Now disclaimer.
Oh my God!
I've never seen anything like this. You know what? I lied. I seen something like this in college, but not since then. We were.
This was when we was getting ready for Solange.
We was waiting for Solange. Now at this point,
it's like an hour and some change in between sets.
So we just waited in the rain. We had moved almost all the way up to the stage. We was hyped. I look. Y'all ever get this feeling where y'all just know something just ain't right, and then you look around try to find out what it is just to make sure it ain't you or whoever you with? Man, I look over to the left. And this is one of the times where you wish you would have never looked. I look over. It's this tall black guy and this white chick. Clearly, they both. I don't even think he was that messed up.
I don't think it was nothing wrong with him. I think
she was sauced up. Yeah, he was just nasty. But I look over and I see that she's in front of him. They're both facing forward, but she got her right hand down this dude's whole pants, like she had to have been under balls.
First of all,
she was cupping this dude balls.
First of all, that's like bad, obviously. But when I looked at her face, It looked like she had been walking through the crowd just making out with people. Like, her lips looked blistered. Like, they was red and nasty. And because, you know, us black people, we just ignorant. The people that was standing to, like, my left was like, oh, my God, you nasty.
You nasty.
They were like, you on Snapchat right now. I'm recording.
I'm going to see. Oh, I feel like I got that picture. I'm going to have to find it. Oh my gosh. But it was funny because she was like, y'all nasty. And I don't even think.
The girl didn't even care. And then she just pulled her hand out and then walked off. And
the guy was just sitting there.
Because they were clearly not together.
Man, that jump was nuts. Man, that was nuts.
And then right after that, it was like a chick on somebody's shoulders. And they threw an umbrella at the back of her head.
Somebody threw an open umbrella. They was fighting her. They was like, this dude put this little chick on top of his shoulders. Now, granted, the dude was like 6'3". He put a girl on top of his shoulders. Now, they just formed Megatron and everybody trying to see Solange. This girl threw an open umbrella. Hit her with an open umbrella like, bitch, move! And I'm like, yo, this is, I think I might like music festivals because it was the black people that they weren't having it. They was trying to see Solange.
Yeah, they don't play with Saint Records.
And to speed up my story, because that was hilarious. The second one was when I first went to Vegas. I went to Vegas my senior year of college. That was 2013 for spring break. So we all went to.
There almost the same time I was there. I was in April of 2013. That was when I was there.
You weren't trying to see me.
I wasn't. I didn't know you.
Oh. But we went and my friend, my boy Major, for some reason we were just trying to get him drunk. I don't know why. At the time, I'm trying to drink with him because he's my roommate. I'm like, maybe he'll drink with me. Nah. He finessed me so smooth. I wound up getting toe up. T-O up. To the point where I really don't even recall that whole night. I just remember bits and pieces. And I don't think we got thrown out of a club. I think we might have got thrown out of a club just because I was so bad. Got into a taxi. I had on my favorite shirt, my favorite pair of pants. Got in the taxi, first time ever in my life throwing up after drinking. I threw up in a taxi. My best man Zell, they felt so bad for the taxi driver that I feel like they just gave him whatever they had in their pocket. Then we pull up to the hotel that we're actually staying at, and they was like, "Nah, buddy can't come in here." And they're like, "Well, we got a room here." We had to show them all of our room keys so we can get in there. Mind you, I don't remember none of this. And apparently I separated from them because I was like over it and I was just trying to get back to my room while they was trying to resolve stuff at the door. So I started walking to the elevator, got on the elevator. We all was on the elevator. We go up to our floor and then I just book it. Like I'm jetting down the hallway, like flying. And I don't know if I was really just running as fast as I possibly could, but Major couldn't catch me. Now the thing that made it even worse, I don't even think Zell was running. But
Zell probably was like, listen,
this Negro is crazy.
Right.
But the thing that made it even worse was Major was running so hard that he ripped his pants.
I would have been so mad at you.
He was pissed. And I feel like I looked down, I was like, dog, I ruined my favorite shirt and my favorite pants. I think I paid like $40 for them to clean, $40 or $50 for them to clean my shirt and have it ready, dry clean my shirt and have it ready by the next day. Because I think we was leaving like the next evening or something like that. And I like put myself in a cocoon in the bed and just didn't wake up for like, I don't even know how long.
He's in a cocoon of embarrassment. He was out there cutting up, acting a fool.
Yeah, never again.
I think so first of all, the Made in America, yeah, that's probably one of the craziest experiences that I've had. That was wild, and I had low key kind of forgot about that.
That was nasty.
The second craziest experience would probably be my Vegas experience. So, like I said, I was coincidentally in Vegas. I told y'all, me and Caleb the cross paths without knowingly crossing paths so many times is scary. I was also in Vegas during that time of year in 2013, and I was with my cousins. They're twins, Chanel, Chantel. Hey, y'all. Hey, cuz, baby. And they're two best friends. So, Me, Chanel, Chantel, which are my two cousins, and then both of their best friends. We're the three of us are Leos. One of their friends is also a Leo, and then their other friend, I don't know. I think her birthday is in like January. So Leos, if you don't know us, we're not really confined to ourselves. We like to talk to people. We like to engage with people. We like to have fun. We can be a little ignorant. Especially the three of us together. We like, God, like just trouble. Like it's real bad because they like twins. That's bad. Like they was bullies in middle and elementary school. And then they used to make me do stuff because I was the youngest. Like, for example, they made me fight their neighbors when I was like 6 and told me if I didn't win against both of the neighbors that they was going to beat me up. Just to paint a picture of the kind of relationship that we had growing up. So we like partners in crime at this point as adults. Like, it's real bad. So we in Vegas. We having a good time. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. What? We, of course, booked through Spirit because at this point, I'm what? 20... Yeah. Getting ready to be 23, 22, getting ready to turn 23.
In 2013?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, your birthday before mine. I'm like, what?
Yes. So, whooping it up. The first night we get there, obviously, it's a 3-hour difference. And I want to say this is probably the first time as an adult that I have been somewhere like Vegas. I'm not a big drinker, so I've never been one to really drink to, like, have fun. It's not really my style. The first night that we got there, we went to Caesar's Palace, the little club in there. I can't even remember what it's called. And we were there pretty early because in Vegas, like, girls get in everywhere for free. You just kind of got to be there early. So the first night we were there, some dudes get our number. We get our own party bus, like our own party bus with just the 5 of us that comes and picks us up from our hotel. Takes us to a strip club, which is like a Magic Mike kind of show, which was like, it was just weird. It was just like real disturbing. Like, there was so much going on in there, and I really just seen a lot happening to this bride-to-be's face, and I was just like, I feel so bad for her.
She had meat face.
Literally.
Yuck.
It was a lot happening, and she was sitting down too. Left there because it was lame. Went to Caesar's Palace. We get there. So as people started to fill in, like, all right, we about to shut it down. We in the club partying. We meet these 2 French dudes who are just like on us the entire night. And it just was like the craziest experience. Like the one dude like kept trying to kiss us. And then, like, I don't know if he was drunk or what. He asked Chantel to hold his feet while he tried to break dance. She dropped my mans on the floor in the middle of the club, crying, laughing.
Hold his feet?
He asked her to hold his feet. She dropped my mans on the dance floor, and we just all started dying laughing. What? The other one smelled like he had boo-booed on himself. And so we thinking we done shut the club down. At this point, it was like 12:30. So we exhausted. We go home thinking we done had a good time. Because, at that point, it was like 3:30 at home.
12:30 is
but it was only 12:30. It was to capacity, though. There was like nowhere to move in this space.
I'm still trying to figure out how. Don't you need your feet to break dance?
That's why I said I don't know. He might have been high. But that's not what took the cake. So first of all, we already just having an ignorantly blissful time. I laughed so hard on this trip. When I finally got back to work, I didn't have a voice from laughing so hard. The craziest part was that we got stuck in Vegas. So tonight, we think we supposed to check out. We done checked out our hotel. We done packed up all our stuff. We take our little shuttle ticket, like our comp ticket, to get to the airport. We get to the airport. The airport is empty. Like, it's a Sunday night. Airport is empty. So we there. And we waiting on a flight, but nobody else is waiting on the flight. So we go to the desk like, excuse me, like, we checked in for our flight, but we don't see nobody leaving. She was like, oh yeah, your flight is at such and such a time. Tomorrow. We like, what? Excuse, what? Huh? What? I said, oh no, I just started a new job. I don't have any PTO time. I have to be there now. She was like, oh, I'm sorry. There's no flight, but you can come back in the morning. You can get on standby, and you might be able to get on the flight. So we like, all right, we literally start crying at the airport, calling our parents. Imagine, we done spent all our money. They done gambled all their money away. I'm the only one that don't gamble, so I got money, but it's like, It's 5 of us. So we got to find like a hotel that we can stay in that's cheap. So we end up staying in Circus. Now, for those of you who are familiar with Vegas, you know Vegas. That. Exactly. Circus is towards the end of the strip. Like, it's one of the oldest hotels on the strip. When I tell you, I felt like I was in Compton. Like, it looked like it was drug transactions going down. I'm not even trying to be funny, but what made it even worse was it wasn't even like the actual circus with the casino. It was like the circus behind circus that looked like apartments that you see on 6 Mile and Woodward. And it smelled like old pool water, but they didn't have no pool. Like, it was bad.
So it smelled like dirty
It smelled like Northland roller rink.
Like old shoe?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Mixed with chlorine. Yeah. Paint a picture. So we had to stay there for the night. I think for dinner, I had like a pretzel dog from Auntie Anne's. That was like dinner and breakfast because everything else I was scared to eat. And we had to like ration out the little bit of money that we had.
I was about to say the food.
My mama had to send me some money like overnight. And then like one of their friends had got some money sent to them overnight. And the next day, I got up early to go to the airport to get on standby. Couldn't get on standby, so then I had to go back to circus again.
Wait, I thought y'all already had a flight like in the evening that next day.
We did, but I needed to get to work, so I couldn't really afford. I was trying to get back early enough to where I could still make it to work. Did not work out. And at this point, I think TSA was like on some type of strike or something. So that was why I couldn't get on a standby flight because they had cut out. It was just like terrible. By the time we get home, I had like a rash from the hotel. It just was a horrible trip. Like, I think when I finally got in the car with my mama, I kind of cried. Like,
shout out to the Hard Rock.
It just was so bad. It just was bad. So that was like one crazy thing. My other crazy experience was when I went to Paris in 2017. For some reason, old men love me. And Caleb is giving me a really, really dirty look right now that's making me very uncomfortable. So we went to this restaurant, and we actually went to this restaurant like 2 nights. They had really, really good dessert. The people were super friendly. So we go into this establishment, and I'm almost positive that this man was married to the woman who was seating us. So I'm a little put off. And I don't think, it was really, really hot in Paris. So mind you, I did have on shorts, but I'm not like dressed scantily clad. So don't make that face, baby. So I'm not like, I had on a romper. And so I'm coming like down the stairs. The bathroom was upstairs, so I'm coming down. And my man stops me and asks me my name. I tell him my name and call me naive. I typically give people my real name. We in Paris. What you gonna do with that? Yeah, I seen Taken, but you know, whatever. Okay. Anyway. So I give him my name or whatever, and he's like, oh my God, you're just so gorgeous. You're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Trying to get back to the people who I actually came there with to get to my table. And at this point, me and Caleb had only been dating like 2 months. Caleb thought I was going to Paris and never coming back.
That's
true story.
What about to happen.
True story. Like to the point, the first time Caleb ever told me that he loved me was the night before I left to Paris.
Thought you weren't coming back.
Thought I was never coming back. So I get over there, having a good time. I'm there for like 2 weeks almost. And dude is just like on me like white on rice. So he comes to our table. He giving us free food, paying for our drinks. He got his friends coming over. They sitting at our table. And like the lady who owns the establishment is waiting on us and taking our order, but it's so busy in there. I don't think she's paying him any attention. So like I said, I feel like they're married. I'm almost positive that he's her husband. He actually tells me that he's from like Italy or Rome or somewhere, and he pulls out his cell phone and starts showing me pictures of his 27 cats and asks me to come live with him in Italy with his 27 cats and 6 dogs. And tells me that he believes that God sent me to him and that we'll be together and that we were meant to be. I'm like, I'm taken and I live in the States. And he was like, oh, that's okay. I feel like we'll meet again. I feel like you were destined to be my wife. And I was like, okay, y'all, can we get the check? Because I'm nervous. And then my aunt was so drunk. She like, oh, I'll take a picture with him because she just think it's hilarious. So I got this picture with this old little French dude.
You ain't tell me that.
Yeah, she made me take a picture with my man. Like he was a clown.
This is the first I'm hearing of this.
This is really weird. It's really weird. So ever since then, Caleb like, yeah, you can't go places by yourself because old men be trying to marry you and take you home to their 27 cats. Basically. It's like a running joke. So they're like the craziest things.
That's a running fact. That really happened, which is actually pretty scary.
Oh, yes. Which reminds me of the other crazy thing that happened to me the next month. So the next month after I got back, I went to Louisiana for my birthday. And this is when it was a couple. So,
Bruh.
people who haven't been to New Orleans, like French Quarter, Bourbon Street, it apparently goes down. Like, I feel like I've seen worse stuff in New Orleans than I saw in Vegas. So I'm with two of my friends, and we're dancing at like a day party, mind you. It's not even night, and it's a mixed crowd of people. This older white lady comes up to me and taps me on the shoulder and says, "Yeah, my husband wants to take you home." And my friend looked at her like she was crazy. And I'm like, this lady clearly must be drunk. And she was like, "No, I'm serious. You're the one that he wants." Now, I'm slightly offended because I don't know if she think I'm like, I don't know what she thinking. But she like really is trying to get me to leave with her and her husband. And my friend basically had to like cuss her out and like shoo her away. And so, yeah, stuff like that happened to me. So I'm not allowed to travel.
This is why, you can't go anywhere by yourself. Remember that one time where I was like, "Oh, baby, I'm coming on a trip with you." And this is why I was going to just go. I knew it was for her birthday. It was a girl's trip. I was going to just go. I would have probably played security.
He was really going to come. Him and his friend were going to get like a separate room and stay.
Every night I got to fight to prove my love.
I don't know. People just weird. It ain't me, because I be minding my business.
Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your eyes forward. Keep your eyes on the road.
So, yeah,
my woman.
We got our destinations going, and it's bad. I got it real bad with, like, planning trips. I'm already trying to plan something for my birthday. Like, trying to figure out how I'm going to finesse that and make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my new job, I work on Sunday now. So it's weird because I work on Sunday, but I'm off on Monday.
Yeah,
and I'm at a new position, so I don't have a lot of PTO to kind of run with. So it's like, dang, if I could have just took off one Sunday, we could have just went somewhere after I got off work on Friday.
You might be able to.
I'll finesse it.
Your boss is officiating our wedding. We could ask.
Might as well.
So what's one destination you want us to go and a song that correlates with it?
I want us to go to Brazil.
Okay.
Rio.
Okay.
I got two songs actually.
For both for Rio?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one that came to mind is Merengue by Ken Jones. And then the second one was what's the name of the song? Is it What Is Love?
Yes, by Janelle Monáe.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the first song that I thought of when you said Rio. So, shout out to you.
Mine came quick. I mean, somebody was having difficulties.
I was struggling with mine because I have like a whole Jamaican playlist. Like I was gonna say Jamaica.
Oh, I was gonna say that too, but then No Letting Go was gonna be number one.
No Letting Go wasn't number one on mine. I would have said Is This Love by Bob Marley.
I was gonna say Get It Busy.
No. And then we'd have been what is that?
Doing
Bob Marley. I think he was from like 6 Mile or something like that.
Bob Marley?
Yes.
From 6 Mile?
Yeah, like one of those miles, 6 Mile, 9 Mile, something like that in Jamaica. We can Google it after.
What?
You can Google it now. I'm serious.
I've never heard this.
I'm serious.
I thought you were talking about from Detroit.
Like in Jamaica. Like, I'm serious.
6 Mile, Bob
But
Marley.
my destination was, somewhere in Africa. And then my song was Unforgettable by French Montana and Sway Lee.
Wow.
Because, I love that song. And it's a whole vibe. It's a whole bop.
I haven't heard that song in a while.
So happy.
9 Mile, Jamaica.
Yeah, I knew it was like 6 or 9 Mile.
That means from Southfield.
You did not just say Bob Marley was from Southfield.
If you from 9 Mile, that ain't Detroit.
Out. That's it. That's the end of the show.
It means from Southfield.
No, it's not. All right, so yeah, that's the end of it. That's the end of the show. That's all we got. Close out on Bob Marley being from Southfield because I don't have nothing.
9 Mile Bob.
I can't. All right, this has been another episode of This Life Together, and we will see you guys next week.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Bye.